Welcome back, Curriculum Mappers. My friend Fanny Passport and fellow moderator of this curriculum mapping group with G Suite has just reminded me that it's been a really long time since we've made a video, so I've decided to make one today regarding tracking and counting outcomes. This is more focused on the Google Sheets side of things, but I just want to give this video some context about where this lies in the mapping process. So what you're looking at now is an awesome table of links to outcomes for the humanities subject area. So this is a new Google site, and if we hover over on the top, we have a drop-down menu under outcomes, and each of these subject areas have subject area specific outcomes, and they're all links to awesome tables much like this one. There's the ability to filter by teacher. However, this isn't the most productive way to do it because if the unit is shared with all of the other teachers in that subject area, this doesn't really filter anything because it's looking at just who the editors are. So the best way is probably just using a keyword search for a specific unit that you're looking for. So I could see right here the Industrial Revolution. I could search Industrial Revolution, start typing it, and I could easily find that. So the green buttons indicate that no outcomes have been submitted for that unit, and the red ones would indicate that you are about to modify existing outcomes. So I'm just going to select one that hasn't been submitted to talk a little bit about this. So when I click on it, notice it pre-populates the unit and the document ID. So this is so we can actually tie it specifically to that unit planner via the document ID. And then I can proceed to make check marks. So the goal of this video is to give you an efficient way of counting how many times each of these check boxes have been selected for that entire subject area. So when we submit the form, it dumps the data into a spreadsheet. Here's the form responses sheet. And notice that as a checkbox question, it's going to put all of the checkboxes into a single cell, which in the beginning this was problematic for me to find an easy way to count how many times something has been selected. But after digging much further, I came up with a solution, and now even more recently I came up with another solution that's a little bit more forgiving of extra spaces or periods where there shouldn't be periods. So it actually does a better job of counting, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So over in sheet 9, I have placed all of the outcomes that were sort of adapted by the humanities department a few years ago, and it's just a straight up list in column A, and I've bolded the kind of the main strands, and then the bullet points beneath that strand are located here, and these are the things that the function is counting. So if we go over to B2, for example, here is the formula, and what it basically does is sets up a search filter on the specified column, right? So we're looking at the creativity and innovation column, which happens to be column D if we go back over to the form responses. So here's column D. We're setting up a filter, a search filter on this specific column. And what this filter is filtering for is whatever text is in this case, A2. So in other words, it's filtering for this text, build on existing knowledge of history and geography, right? And as we go down, I just drag this formula down. So this one would be searching for and filtering by create original work as a means of personal or group expression. So that's kind of what this portion of the function is doing. And then the count A, I'll just pop it in over here so you can see what it says it does. So if we just used a simple count, we would be counting the numeric values. If we used a count A, as we're using in this case, we can count, it's a count of the number of values in a data set. So this is our column D was our data set, and it doesn't have to be numerical. So that's why I'm using the count A. And all that does is essentially count the number of times this outcome was selected. So, and we can actually come back and let's look at this one. Build on existing knowledge of history and geography. We're going to come here and I'm just going to use the arrow down key to go through it. So I see there's one there. There's another one here. That's 2. There's 3, 4. Oops, I didn't start at the top. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. So you can see that it's an accurate count of the number of times build on existing knowledge of history and geography appear. So I will paste the syntax for this function into the community. And again, I didn't write this. This was something I essentially was looking up, and I came across this on the web. I'm not sure if I have the exact post open here or not. Oh yeah, here we go. So I got this from this Google Docs help forum, and there's a couple of options. So I just used this one right here. And again, this is actually a fairly old post, but it's very accurate in what it does what it says it does. So anyway, so that's how you could go ahead and track the outcomes, and then this could very easily be turned into any sort of chart that would be dynamic, because again, it's looking up and down the entire range. So as the numbers change, these would also change, and your corresponding graphs would also reflect the most recent data. So there you have it. So it's just a way of counting the data value sets. Thanks for watching. Bye.